Hey guys, Matt and John here with Old Route 66, and we want to give you another update, another announcement as far as you're probably wondering when we're opening, just like everyone else. And just stay tuned throughout the full video. We're going to discuss that as far as what we're looking at for opening, when that date looks like, and kind of go over that. Also, we're going to talk about some questions we're getting as far as infused products, what types of strains we're going to have, what are the costs we're looking at as far as home cultivation testing. We're getting a lot of questions there. We're hoping to answer some of those today for you. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with John. Just let us know an update about his infused products, and the question is, what are we looking at that we're going to have for infused products?
Yep. So we've talked to and toured several facilities. It looks like December is the date for infused products. So we're in talks and building those relationships, and we will have infused products in December sometime. Yep. Small chance a little earlier, but most likely December. Yep. As far as what strains we'll have, we get a lot of calls of what strains we'll have, what infused products we'll have. Eventually, we're going to carry anything that they offer. We want to have a wide variety of infused products here. As far as strains in the beginning, there's going to be a limited amount. We should have up to 40 strains by the end of the year. And so we are just at the whatever the cultivators are doing right now, that's what's available to us. And so as far as strains and infused products from manufacturers, as soon as we know them, we'll put them on the menu on our page, and we'll also update everyone on our weekly updates.
Absolutely. And so like John was talking about with the infused products, we expect to have an assortment of different types of infused products as well. That'll be edibles, creams, tinctures, and vapes, all sorts of different things that we should have, fairly early on in sometime in December when those manufactured products come on board. And then, like John said, with the strains, we are just limited to what's being grown at this point. But we will have, in the long run, we're going to have just about every, hopefully most strains that you desire here in the store, but it will be limited and be less limited the longer and the more this market matures. So, and also we get a lot of questions about cost. And so we want to discuss that. We want to prepare everyone with what we're seeing and kind of where our hands are getting tied to. Another thing is we're being looked at as far as, okay, if we open, we're open in any new market, you see growing pains in a market. In Missouri, it's going to be the same way. We're going to have growing pains with limits on how much product we have. The supply is going to be very low while the demand is through the roof, which in any market that does nothing but drive the price up. And that's what we're going to see. And I promise you this, it isn't on us wanting to keep the prices up, because we want to keep these prices as low as possible. And one way that you can help us with doing that is by following our support. And I promise you, we're taking our support, which is how many views we can get on YouTube, and how many comments that you leave below and saying, hey, we're here, we're helping, and how many people are signing up for the VIPs. We're taking that to our suppliers, and we're saying, look at what we have, please help us drive down the cost for our patients. And that's what we're using right now. But yeah, John, go ahead and let us know, maybe as far as just help prepare some of our patients as far as cost expectations.
So to add on to that, one of the things we looked at with trying to be first to market is when you're first to market, you're also looked at as the company that has the highest prices. There are a lot of dispensaries that are waiting to open next year. And when there's a full amount of product, when there's a lot more cultivators online, so the more supply drives down the cost as well. But we wanted to be first to market to get medicine to our patients as quickly as possible. With that, even if we have our cost at a break even, the price is going to be extremely high for you guys. We're just putting that out there.
Very transparent.
And because we have sent many emails, we've had long talks, and we're going to continue to push for lower prices. But until there's more cultivators online, until there's more competition, until the Missouri market goes for a little bit,
Yep.
it's probably not going to level out until at very minimum next summer, and that'll be the start of it. You know, this time next year we'll start seeing the level out, but my opinion on Missouri market is with 192 dispensaries and 60 cultivators, when we hit maturity, the prices are going to be some of the best in the nation, because cultivators are going to be fighting to get their product in our stores, and that will drive down prices enormously.
Absolutely. And just want to reiterate, the more help that you can give us, the more weight that we have, we take that to our cultivators. We take it to them weekly. We're saying, hey, we have this many in our VIP. We have this many on, watching each video that we present. Just everything that we're doing, I promise you, we're using that as leverage to get those prices down for you. We're working for you, but we want to be transparent as well, because we want to get to the medicine out to our patients as soon as possible. But just be prepared. There's growing pains with new markets in Missouri. It won't be any different. It'll be a high to start, and then hopefully we'll start to see it, drive those prices down. So, but another thing we're getting a lot of is about home cultivation. So let's talk about home cultivation. We want to support our home cultivators as much as possible here at Old Route 66. We're excited for you guys. You've been doing home cultivation for a while now. And as far as one question we've gotten is, as far as, are we going to be able to test for your strains and that sort of thing? We personally at Old Route 66 are not capable of testing or sending that off to a lab. If we get product in, it's got to have a specific metric tag, and with home cultivation that doesn't work the same way. So we're not able to get that in, at least at this moment.
But we will find out from testers if you have the ability to get it done through the testing facilities here in Missouri.
Yep, so we're going to work with the testing labs, and as far as finding out the best avenue to get your product tested, if you'd like to look at that, and we'll keep you updated when we hear something on that as well. So, and
still with the home cultivation, it's not something we can buy. We still get daily calls about you have a cultivation license and you'd like to sell to us. The only cultivators we can buy from are the commercial cultivators, the 60 cultivators that got a license through the process.
Exactly. So we have home cultivation. That's where you have the 18 plants. You can have 18 plants, 6 in each phase. And then there's a specific, commercial cultivator. That's who we can purchase from. So another thing is we get on the home cultivation is seeds and clones. We are working as far as what our answer is on that with the state. It sounds like the state doesn't know yet. So as far as, are we going to be able to offer clones? And then where are we going to get the seeds, right? Those two things, DHSS, the state, is still working through. This is new for them. They're working through regs they never worked through before. And so once they find out and give that information to us, we're going to pass that along to you. But as of now, we don't have any clones or any seeds to purchase and sell. But as soon as we do, we'll let you know.
Yep.
And then another thing as far as, let's go ahead and talk about probably what you're waiting for, and that's our opening date. So John, go ahead and give us an update as far as opening. Obviously it's September, at the end of September. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to get open in September. Yeah. So let's get the elephant out of the room. And I'll share with you a little bit of kind of the roller coaster we're going through as owners, and why we hope to open in September. We hope to open in August. And
we thought July.
We thought July. We were given information that product may be available, in July. And then, it looked like we had pretty strong information that we thought that product would be available in August, but there was no testing. And now we still don't have a testing facility on board, and we're basically at the end of September. So that's why we're getting all of these delays. COVID has, not to beat the dead horse of always having an excuse, but the COVID has definitely impacted the testing labs coming on board with them getting their equipment in, and it's pushed back the Missouri market, quite a bit. So, John, go ahead and let us know about opening.
So we are almost completely sure it'll happen by the end of the year, even if it's just manufactured products. Yeah. We really think it'll happen in November. There's a small chance that it happens in October as well. It could happen as early as a couple weeks, but this is all up in the air. So let's assume November, mid to late November for now, and if we get open earlier, the second we know,
we're
it's going
telling
to you
you
guys.
Yeah.
And so if we don't have to do a Friday update, if we find out on Monday we are getting product that's tested and transportation's available and all these moving parts come together and we can get it in a couple weeks, we will let you know as soon as we know.
As soon as we know. And John is right. It could happen as early as 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, as late as December, right? I mean, we feel very confident about December's date, but and we say December, just because we know it's frustrating for you. We know it's frustrating hearing, well, we believe September, and then it didn't happen in September. I promise you, no one's losing more sleep than us on it not opening in September. It's something we think about, 100 to 200 times a day. I'm thinking about when we're going to open, and we want to get open as soon as possible. We worked very hard to make sure we were ready, and here we are sitting here with an empty store with a lot of cost. Two empty stores with a lot of cost and a lot of frustration as well. So
we've paid, and not to get into complete overhead, but we've paid rent on 2 buildings for 15 months, something like that, and so we're losing a lot not being open. We're wanting to get open just as much as you guys, and we're ready for it.
Yeah.
And on the process of opening, until that happens, we have been having THC 101 classes with our GM Helen. Helen has 17 years experience from other markets, legal markets in California, and just a great amount of knowledge. Chris and Ashley with Aiden's Alliance, our business partners as well, and they have a lot of knowledge as well. So we're opening up roundtable classes where basically it's Q&A classes. To sign up for that, you have to be a VIP member. We only put that out to VIP. We don't even put it on the Facebook page. But we will have another class next week. And so if you're transitioning from different medications to THC, and you have questions about this is a perfect class for you. This is going to be a lower level class for you OGs. You're probably not going to learn a lot, but if you're new to this, it's a great opportunity.
Or if you know someone who's interested and they're kind of on the fence, and we all know someone out there that is on the fence about medical cannabis. If you know someone, and you're a VIP, share that with that friend or family member, so they can come and learn more about this wonderful medicine. So, and then eventually we're working, which a lot of work goes behind the scenes, creating a video where we can move. Not all of this will still have the in-seated classes, but have a place of resource for a video class as well, so it'd be a lot easier to access and that sort of thing. So,
and if you have questions below on this video, ask your questions about THC. These are things that we will address at the round tables and have the answers for you.
Yep, absolutely. So, and then one last thing I want to discuss, as far as want to just be very transparent about what to expect when you get here, and that is another thing is purchasing limits. Are we going to be requiring purchasing limits and limiting everyone? I mean, it's pretty obvious about the 4-ounce limit, right? And your 32 equivalents, MMEs, which if you don't know about equivalents, that's another thing we teach at the Cannabis 101. But it's pretty obvious about those limits. But until our product is until we have the supply to go around for everyone, we're going to try to make sure to share the medicine with as many people as possible. So we're still working out the details on what that would look like for each time you purchase on a specific purchase limit. So we don't know those details yet because we're still
we don't know how much we have about 3 scenarios. That's why we're saying October, November, December. And if everything goes right, it'll be October. But still we'll have limits of what we can give each patient, because there's just not enough to go around right now. We are probably going to have to open and close and reopen November, and still a chance that we don't even open till December. So lots in the air, but we're figuring it out daily, and we're working through all of this right now.
And I want to just make sure you understand that these are just some early growing pains. It's not always going to be this way. But one thing you'll find with the Over 66 team is we're on your side. We are fighting for you as far as to get the prices down, to get the availability to you as soon as possible. That's what we've been doing for the last 15 to 18 months is making sure we were ready to be one of the first to provide medicine to you.
And even from, you know, early this summer, we've done our best to answer every email, every Facebook message, every phone call, hundreds of messages a day, close to 100 phone calls a day. And a lot of people don't even have a phone number. A lot of people haven't even put their website out. So we are trying to answer as many questions as we can while building 2 businesses and getting ready to open.
But that's just some things to think about. You know, expectations to start out. You know, I know it's disappointing to hear some of these things. We've just been very transparent. But know this is, like, the more that you help us, the more comments you send below, you know, whether it's just, you know, we're here helping you, you know, the more people that you can help us get into the VIP, the more of a following that we can say, hey supplier, this is what we have, help us drive down those costs, because they're all knocking on the door for us to drive down those costs. The more you can help us here, that I promise you is being used to every ability that we have. And if we gave you a peek on some of the conversations behind the doors, some of the emails we're sending to our suppliers, and it all starts with, we have a great community, a great following that's ready to come into Old Route 66. But the more that we have, the more of a following we can have, the more power we're gonna weigh with these suppliers and helping you get, you know, affordable medicine.
And they will want their brands on the shelf where there are lots of people a part of our list. So with our VIP and with our social media following, I think we have the biggest in the state right now. I don't know of any bigger, but the more that grows, the more we can say, look at our following here. This is why you need to have lower costs, because we're ready down here.
Yep, absolutely. But that's anything else you need to cover, John? Or you?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, that's all we have for today. And thanks for your patience, and thanks for sticking with us. We are here working daily, through long hours at night, just working, trying to get that medicine to you as quick and as affordable as possible. But once we have more to update, we will let you know. And like John said, it doesn't have to be on a Friday. Friday's kind of our updates day, but as soon as we get relevant information to you, we're going to send it to you as soon as possible. So. And
if we don't open in December, Matt said he would shave his head. So.
No, I did not. So, all right, thanks. Until next time, thanks for joining.